Okay. They make up about 20 to 30% of your white cells. If I see a very high lymphocyte count, let's say that you're 50% of your white cells, or 60, you know what I know? You have a chronic infection. It's an infection that's what? Been continuing. You know, it didn't get taken care of right away. So, don't write, just listen to me. You have, and the reason I say don't write, I'm going to do this when I do the immune system. Before I do the immune system, in the same chapter, we have something called non-specific defense mechanisms. You know what's an example? Your skin, right? Your skin keeps out what? Funguses, bacteria, viruses. Not all, somewhat can cause skin infection, correct? You have in your stomach a bowl of what fluid? What's in your stomach? What fluid? Acid. Most bacteria, when they come to the acid, they want to get killed. Are there bacteria that say, I love acid? And I can know. Yeah, they're the ones that cause what? Stomach infections, right? But you got all kinds. You know when you sweat? You know sweat? Sweat is antimicrobial. And you know oil? Remember the oil coming out of the sebaceous glands? That's antimicrobial. You got all of these non-specific. That's called your primary barrier, your first barrier. If the bacteria, viruses, fungi get through that, you got to go to your second line of defense. You know what that is? The neutrophils, the monocytes, right? They got to what? They got to engulf them. They got to throw their spears. Okay, you got a really bad infection. Sorry, the infectious organism is killing off your neutrophils. You got your last line of defense. You know what that is? Immunity. And immunity is carried out by your lymphocytes. And it's very complicated. You know what immunity, why it's a little complicated? Imagine I gave you a jigsaw puzzle that was 5,000 pieces. That's a big one, isn't it? I got one home that's 2,000. I still haven't worked on it. Okay? Imagine 5,000. But imagine 600 pieces are missing. That's the immune system, because we don't know what, everything about it. There's still a lot of what unknowns, but I'm going to tell you what the lymphocytes basically do very quickly. The two major groups are the B lymphocytes, and they're the ones that are going to go through the change and become another cell, and they're going to make antibodies. Antibodies are very specific. If you get sick with a strep throat, you will make antibodies against what? Proteins on the streptococcus organism. If the next day you get sick with a staph infection on your skin, those antibodies won't work. You have to what? Now make what? Antibodies against staph. And you are born. This is the most amazing thing in medicine, with the ability to tentatively make almost 1 million different antibodies. That's more genes than you have. You know how your genes, you know how they make more antibodies? They rearrange themselves. Genes are flexible. And it's another course to see how genes do that. But sometimes antibodies go awry. What do? They attack, let's say, a strep organism, but by mistake, they also attack your own tissue. Is that good?
No.
No. That's called an autoimmune disease. You heard of autoimmune?
Yeah.
Heard of lupus? Right? That's a good example.
Sarcoidosis too, right?
Most rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune. Okay, there's loads in them. I'm going to teach you a whole bunch of them. So, what are your rights? So that's for the T. They what? They make antibodies. Antibodies, don't write now, are little proteins. They're not so little. They're big 4 chains. And they're very specific. They attack to what? They attach to something, and they what? Either destroy it or mark it for death. What's the other type of lymphocytes? They're also very specific. There's a million different types. They're called T. This is the easy stuff. They're involved in what we call cell-mediated immunity. By the way, you can write antibodies as referred to as numeral. What the heck is cell-mediated immunity? Wow, this is heavy stuff. You ready? You get an infection, and the organism that's going to kill you has gotten into your cells. They're already what? Inside your cells? And they're multiplying. And as they multiply, they make their own protein, and the protein may get to where? The surface of your cell. You with me? And you make cells that recognize that protein, and what will they do? They will kill your cell before it has a chance to, the organism can spread. You with me? So cell-mediated, what are we attacking? We're attacking your own cells that are infected. You know what else they attack? Besides your own cells? They attack transplanted tissue. You know when someone gives you a transplant?
Oh.
If I give you a heart, is that the same tissue as your own?
No.
No. Will your body see it as foreign?
Yes.
You're damn straight. No different than a bacteria.
Ooh.
And the immune system will go, attack the damn heart. So we give drugs that suppress that end of the immune system, which you have to take for the rest of your life.
Oh, for people who have transplants?
That's right. The only thing you don't